Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how to reclaim your time and your attention by doing a little digital renovation. Think of it as a blueprint for making your technology work for you, not the other way around. So let's just kick things off with a simple but pretty powerful question. Really think about it for a second. Who's in charge here? Are you using your devices with intention, or are they using you, constantly yanking your focus away with an endless stream of pings and pop-ups?
Hey, if you feel like you're not in the driver's seat, don't worry, you are definitely not alone. And that is exactly where this whole philosophy of digital minimalism comes in. It offers a clear path back to being intentional. It's not about becoming a Luddite and throwing your phone in a river. It's about becoming the master of your own digital world.
So let's be super clear. Digital minimalism is not about quitting technology. Not at all. It's about asking, what digital tools truly add value to my life? And then just ruthlessly clearing away all the other clutter. It's all about shifting from mindless consumption to mindful, intentional use. Okay, so let's dive into this renovation project. And like any good project, you don't just start swinging a sledgehammer. First, you got to do a personal audit. You have to understand what you're dealing with before you can start making real, meaningful changes. Right, so before you even think about deleting a single app, you have to get crystal clear on your values. What do you want more of in your life? Is it more creativity, deeper relationships, more time for focused work? And what do you want less of? Distraction, anxiety? This why is going to become the filter for every single decision you make from here on out. The audit itself is actually a really simple two-step process. First, get the cold, hard data. Just check your phone's screen time report. See the objective truth of where your attention is actually going. Then, step 2, compare that data to the values you just wrote down. And trust me, seeing that gap, that's often all the motivation you're going to need to get started. Now for what might be the most dramatic phase of the whole project, the digital declutter. Now, this isn't about little tweaks here and there. Nope. This is about a decisive break. Think of it as an experiment designed to completely reset your digital habits and show you what's possible on the other side. And the core of this whole step is a powerful 30-day reset. For just 1 month, you're going to create some serious space for yourself to rediscover what a life with less digital noise actually feels like. So the rule is pretty simple. If a piece of technology isn't absolutely essential for your job or for your critical family relationships, it's gone. For 30 days. We're talking social media, news feeds, video streaming, the whole shebang. The goal here isn't to punish yourself. It's to give your brain a chance to break its dependency on those cheap dopamine hits. The ones that come from infinite scrolling and endless notifications. The very things designed to keep you hooked. It's about rewiring your brain to appreciate the real offline world again. And this slide right here, I think it just perfectly illustrates the transformation we're aiming for. You're moving from a state of total digital chaos, where your attention is constantly under attack, to a state of digital calm, where every single tool you use has a specific purpose that serves your goals. Okay, so after that 30-day reset, you don't just flip a switch and go back to the old way of doing things. No way. That would defeat the whole purpose. Instead, you start to rebuild your digital space, but this time, you do it with intense purpose and some seriously strict new rules. And this simple question becomes your new, strict gatekeeper for what you allow back into your life. For every single app, every website you're thinking about reintroducing, you have to run it through this filter. And if the answer isn't a strong, resounding yes, then it just doesn't make the cut. Simple as that. And this is where you turn those abstract goals into a concrete, personal operating system for your life. Just look at these examples here. For every tool you let back in, you define its very specific purpose, and you create a hard rule for how you use it. This is the stuff that prevents you from just slipping back into those old habits of mindless constant checking. And you can also back up your new system with these kinds of super practical habits. Things like turning off all notifications except from actual people, or using grayscale mode. That one's huge. It makes your screen so much less appealing to your brain. Creating tech-free zones, like the bedroom, is another powerful one. Each of these is a small change that together gives you back so much control over your attention. So how does all this build into a sustainable long-term practice? Digital minimalism isn't a one-time fix, right? It's an ongoing philosophy for how you deal with the modern world. It's a constant practice of choosing the intentional life over the easy one. This quote just captures the entire philosophy perfectly.
It's that constant reminder that these amazing devices are supposed to be our servants, not our masters. And the moment that relationship flips, you know it's time to reevaluate and adjust your system. And, this might be one of the most important parts of the whole process. You have to replace that low-value digital noise with high-value analog activities. You've heard the saying, nature abhors a vacuum, right? Well, if you create all this empty space in your day, you need to fill it with something meaningful, like reading a real book, learning a skill, or even just being alone with your thoughts, with no input at all. That practice of solitude, that's where creativity and self-awareness really get a chance to grow.
So ultimately, the final takeaway here isn't just about what you remove from your life, it's about what you make space for. The real prize of digital minimalism isn't a clean home screen. It's the focused, intentional, and meaningful life you get to build in the space you've so deliberately created.